guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be reacting to a video called Scotland Fans Sing Flower of Scotland before World Cup match versus Haiti at Boston Stadium. This is from a channel called Boston.com, so check it out. I think it's always exciting every time there's a sporting event and people sort of sing their anthems. It's just very, I don't know, it makes me very emotional even though you don't have any relation with the country. It's just a very exciting thing. So this is probably going to be one of those cases. So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe. Oh my god, it was packed. Oh boy. Oh my god. This is insane. Oh, this was incredible. Wow, yeah, this was insane. I know they won, so congratulations to Scotland. I was going to look it up because it makes me very curious. This is apparently the anthem, right? It's called Flower of Scotland. But then, you know, I'm checking this out, and apparently Scotland does not have an official, you know, national anthem. So what exactly is this Flower of Scotland thing? So I'm gonna read what Wikipedia says. Flower of Scotland serves as the unofficial national anthem of Scotland. It is traditionally sung before Scottish national sporting events, such as rugby and football matches, and it is widely embraced by the Scottish people as their national song. While Scotland has no official national anthem legislated by the government, Flower of Scotland is the most popular and commonly used choice. Here are a few quick facts about the song. The origin: it was written in the mid-1960s by Roy Williamson of the Scottish folk group The Corries. The meaning: the lyrics recall the victory of the Scots, led by King Robert the Bruce, over the English army of Edward II at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. Okay, so this is kind of crazy to me. You know, to begin with, how come they don't have a national anthem? Or countries have a national anthem? Or is Scotland the only country that doesn't actually have a national anthem? It would seem crazy to me because, again, I think all countries, all nations have this. But apparently Scotland is the exception. Well, maybe there are others, just I've never actually heard of this because I think, again, it's a nation. How come you're not going to have a national anthem? But apparently, okay, Scotland that's the case. I was listening, obviously I didn't really get to catch the lyrics because even though people were screaming at this, they were so loud, which I love. It was very exciting, but it's really hard to parse the words and the lyrics. So I will actually love to know what they're saying. I get by this that they're narrating, well, the lyrics, but maybe they're not narrating specifically, but they just make reference to this battle, the Robert the Bruce battle, which I think is definitely the one that I think probably, you know, made Scotland an independent country. And they succeeded. Obviously, it was a battle. The English, the Scottish, we all kind of vaguely know what happened there. But again, it was sort of the whole, Robert the Bruce, or sort of founding father. It's not a founding father, I know. But let's, I don't know, if you were to make the analogy, maybe it would be a little bit of that sort. Maybe not, maybe, yeah, maybe the George Washington, maybe, of the time period for Scotland, a little bit like that. I think I was just surprised, you know, by several things. Well, if that is the case, I think I was able to listen some some Scottish sort of pipes, and it's really, I love it, the bagpipes, because of course it's the most Scottish thing ever. It's the national, well, I don't know if it is, it's the national instrument, I believe. So I love it. I'm pretty sure that this unofficial national anthem has it, because it's a very Scottish thing. I think whatever you are, you just listen to the bagpipes and you know, oh, of course it's referring Scotland. And I think if you're Scottish, it's just very nice, because oh, whatever you hear the bagpipes, it reminds you of home, and it's probably, I don't know, it just makes me, you know, if I were Scottish, this would make me cheer up a little bit. I don't know, that's just me. It's just lovely. And of course, the other thing that I was about to say is it's actually quite recent. I would believe that, again, not that all national anthems are older or old, but you know, that's usually the case, right? You know, national anthems have been around for, I don't know, at least centuries, because that's really how it goes. Usually, because again, it happens, you know, when people succeed from another country, you know, they become independent, so they started creating a national anthem. They started writing it, and that's usually how national anthems go. But I know that's not always the case. And of course, if you're from a country that didn't actually gain independence from anyone, then yes, of course, the whole thing is different. But still, my point is that usually national anthems are quite old. So I was surprised that this was in the 1960s. That's really recent. I would assume that even the creator of this anthem, I don't know if that person's alive, but probably he was alive until recent-ish years ago, because it didn't really happen that long ago. It was, what, 60 years around 50, 60 years ago? That's really not a long time at all, which, you know, it makes me think, okay, so people, you know, Scottish people that are alive today grew up without having a national anthem, and it was only in the mid-60s that this started being used. But it's not really an official thing. You know, the parliament doesn't really recognize this, but it's only at sporting events, apparently. It's rugby and football, which apparently are the big two sports in Scotland, so they play this. Because I, you know, of course, you know, I'm happy I read this, because then I would have started thinking, okay, national anthems serve a purpose, as, you know, they create identity and whatever. But also I think in official events, as in, I don't know, when they're doing military things, for instance, you know, military parades, or I don't know, sort of official government, you know, acts and stuff. I mean, they sometimes, a lot of times, they have to use the national anthem. So what does Scotland use? They don't really use anything, because if this is you know, it's only in sporting events during the Olympics. If they win the gold medal, is this played? Obviously, I would assume, right? It's in sporting events. But isn't it weird? How come they don't make it official? Because if this is the, again, unofficial anthem, and they only use it at sporting events, well, I don't know. Do the work, and maybe start. They should probably call the government and be, yes, please put it up as the official anthem, so they can start playing this again at the military parades and official, you know, government, you know, acts and whatever. Because it's a beautiful anthem. I loved it. I actually want to check out the lyrics, because I want to know what the actual battle, you know, what apparently the Battle of Bannockburn had to do with this. And yes, of course I wanna read up on it. But still, I vote, you know, not me not being Scottish, I vote for them to actually make it official, because it's a lovely, I don't know, it's just a lovely anthem. Or maybe they don't really want this, because I don't know, maybe it just makes it so, no, maybe I'm going to say something dumb. It's the whole, because it's the sporting event, and that's really separate from politics. And maybe, although technically, you know, a national anthem, it's not really having to do with politics. It's just, you know, a national anthem is just about national identity. So maybe they just want to keep it separate. I don't know. I would love to ask a Scottish person, how come you don't have a national anthem? But, you know, obviously in sporting events and official events, they're going to ask, you know, the organizer are going to ask you, hey, if you don't have an anthem, what on earth are we going to play, you know, in football? Or again, if you win a gold medal in the Olympics, we need something, you know, we need to play something. So they're, oh yeah, sure, use the unofficial one. So again, if it's already used in sporting events, what's stopping them from actually making it the official anthem? Again, maybe there are some politics involved that I'm unaware of, so maybe that's why they don't really do it. But I don't know, it's just very curious to me. And what happened before, because this was in the mid-1960s, before the mid-1960s, what happened in previous World Cups, or again, Olympics and sporting matches and sporting events? they didn't have an anthem, so what were they playing? It's silent. I don't know. I would love to know, because again, the more I think about this, the curious I found it. It's okay, but it's a nice song. It's a beautiful song. How come they don't make it official? Come on, put a ring on it. I think it was lovely. And yes, I want to go to one of a Scotland game, probably a football game, just because I want to listen to this song live. It just sounds massive. It sounds so epic. And again, with the bagpipes and the people singing, I just think it's incredible. And I am actually quite surprised by how, it was packed. I don't know the capacity of the stadium. This was in Boston, or well, maybe there's just a lot of Scottish people in Boston, actually. So it's not necessarily that people travel, from Scotland to Boston. But I'm surprised, even though, you expect a lot of people because it's the World Cup, that still quite shocked by the amount of people in that stadium. And they all know the song because they're all Scottish. But oh my God, it must have been so exciting to be there. And yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to experience this live, because I wanna know how it feels to be, in the middle of a Scotland game with a bunch of Scottish people singing the Flower of Scotland. It would be a really great experience. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.